Hey guys, this is how I make my stuffed gorditas. Okay, first I have 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, and to it I'm just adding half a tablespoon of baking powder, and then I'm adding half a tablespoon of salt. Next I'm adding in 4 tablespoons of vegetable shortening. Okay, you could just part by hand, but I'm using my mixer, and now I just have it mixing until everything is like kind of sandy. But like I said, you don't need a mixer, you can do it by hand. Okay, so once it's ready, it should look sandy in texture like this. And I just had a pot of water boiling, and I'm adding in 1 cup of very hot water. Make sure you're using very hot water because it does make a difference in the texture of the dough. Okay, now this part is just, I'm using my mixer to basically knead it, but if you don't have a mixer and you're doing it by hand, just knead it for 5 minutes. Okay, after you're done kneading it, the dough should look like this in texture. And next, I'm just going to put it away, packed up in foil, but you can just put it in a bowl and cover it and let it rest for 30 minutes. Okay, 30 minutes later, and I'm opening up my dough ball. Okay, so next I'm dividing it into 8 pieces. They were a little bit small, but that's the size I like mine. If you guys want yours a little bit bigger, you can divide it into 6 sections instead. And then I'm just going to tuck it and roll into a little ball. And once you're done with all of your balls, you're just going to cover them and you're going to let them rest for another 10 minutes. Okay, so after 10 minutes, I'm coming back and I'm rolling it out. These you want to leave somewhat kind of thick because you are going to stuff them and pull the dough over. So this is about the size that you want them thickness. And to my gordita, I'm adding a little bit of refried beans. Just put a little bit of each things because you don't want to overstuff them. And here I am adding a tiny bit of egg, and I'm adding some cheese. Okay, next I'm adding in 1 slice of bacon cut in half. Okay, next I'm just throwing 1 tablespoon of green chili on top. And these are just what I like to put. You guys can really stuff it with anything that you guys like. Okay, and to close it, here's the tricky part. So that's why you leave it kind of thick, because you are going to need to pull it over all of your ingredients, which is exactly why you don't want to overstuff. I thought maybe I had overstuffed, but actually it ended up working out fine because everything was covered greatly because of the thickness I kept the dough. And so you just want to tuck each edges into the center until everything is touched together. And it may seem like it's not coming along, but at the end, you'll see that everything comes together. Okay, now I'm pressing down firmly and I'm just making sure everything is nice and pushed in there. Okay, so when I'm done with that, I do already have a skillet going. And I'm just going to throw that on the closed section down. After about 3 minutes, I'm just giving it a flip. And the cool thing about this dough is it also makes flour tortillas. So I actually just rolled one out, and here I am cooking one just to show you guys how they come out. Okay, and for the gordita, you just want to make sure that you press down on all the sides to make sure it cooks thoroughly, because the edges are being kind of forgotten while they're being cooked. So just to make sure you don't have any raw dough bits, make sure you go through all the edges. Okay, so now I'm giving my tortilla a flip, and I'm just adding some butter. Okay, here's the finished result of the gordita, and I'm just going to show you guys what's in between. Okay, if you guys like this video, please go like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.